Hi, welcome to our latest episode of Making Light to Humans Being. As you may know or may not know, I don't know, maybe you don't know, Kate and I have actually been thinking a lot about how we want all this to go. So we actually consulted our guides to find out what is the best way we can put episodes or have conversations that would be in the greatest and highest good for you, for our community, for us. So what you're about to see is our conversation with our guides, and our guides have told us to call this a new dawn. So for Making Light to Humans Being, now you're going to watch a new dawn, and we are moving forward with new and interesting conversations in the new light that our guides have advised us. So that's what this is. That's what this is that you're about to see. We hope you enjoy it. And yeah, we'll go from there. Please, though, give us feedback in the comments below or on our Facebook or Instagram pages. Let us know what you think. Let us know what topics you'd like us to talk about, because we want to explore some different things and how we can use the tools that we have to move through life as humans, to humans being. So join us and give us some feedback. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just asking the question, what do we need to know? What do Kate and I need to know right now for our greatest and highest good as it pertains to making light into humans being so it can best serve our audiences or our community? I'll add the little caveat.
I immediately got two fabulous human beings. That might have been my ego. But
No.
literally, as soon as you said, and two humans beings, this little voice said, two fabulous human beings.
Why do I feel like Maria's here and watching?
Yes, it could be.
Yeah, the first thing I got was be real and be authentic, which I think that's what we're working towards. We are.
I got shivers when you said that.
Oh.
Yeah, I get be you. Be you.
So I still see the format, like they're still showing me the format as the way we have it with us, this format with the two things and the conversation. Do you know?
Yes.
And just having that chat, like that part, they're like, that doesn't, they're saying that part is good. Meaning.
Which is a relief. What else would it be?
Say what?
That's a relief. What else would it be?
Well, they mean like not like leave it this way, don't pull in others.
Okay. Like okay, I like that. Okay. Because I'm doing a bit of chat with it just so this is more interesting for other people as well. But I listen to a lot of Frank Skinner. I think I've told you that. And when he first started his radio show, he's quite a well-known comedian. Oh. Although he was very big on television, then he's sort of not so much. But he has anyway. But he was saying like they used to have guests when they first started, and it's just them chatting, him and his mates, and they're so funny and they're so different and everything. And then he says we used to have guests, and then goes, and then we got bored with it. However, I have promised Vicky that we will have her on sometime. So,
yeah. Okay. So, but yes, and here's what they say about like having Vicky on is like, yes, you explore the whatever it is. Like I know we've talked with her about anger.
Yes, that's what I mean, about something that we want to talk about as opposed to, hey, who are you? And what do you do? It's more about what's your take on.
Yeah. So they're saying we talk about it first and say we explore what we want to explore, but and we're then like we tease up the next episode with Vicky. Does that make sense? So like you and I talk about it first, and then we're like, we know we've got more to say about this and we have some resources. And so next time we're going to have the fabulous Vicky join us. Okay. All right. Oh, they say to call, I was asking, sorry, I went off topic. I was asking, so what do we call this next chapter? And they said a new dawn.
Oh, I like that.
I do too.
I like that, yes. So I don't know if this contradicts what we said yesterday, but I sort of saw, not us danced around, but just like more of you, as in the things that actually happen to us that we talk about, that other people can relate to. That's actually, we sort of talked yesterday, but I think actually what we were saying yesterday is to not focus on the negative side. That's not to say don't bring your own experiences in, but not to focus on the negative side. But I'm getting like more of us in what we do and how we navigate. I'm hearing is sort of helps other people to see that.
Is it like how we navigate feelings? Wait, I'm going to ask, or did you get that already?
Well, I don't know that it's that explicit, but I felt that not supposed just about how we navigate like real life, like all the stuff we did about self-care and compassion. That's like, we know the theory, here it is, but here's how it applies in real life.
Okay.
That was my understanding of what they said, but
yes. Okay.
I'm seeing a smoothing out of something, but I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a map or something.
I see a huge slobbering Saint Bernard. And I hear them say like, and also do episodes here and there of animal communication, but also connecting to the larger, like but working with animals to connect also to more things. Does that make sense? That's how it feels like. That's how we started in it. Well, anyway, that's how we got to know each other, through animal communication, and then it's grown from there. So they're even saying pull the animals into these conversations too, from time to time. Yeah, so now they're showing me like a river. It just kind of like, don't be afraid to meander is what I hear them say. Like, and they're showing me the river just kind of moves from bank to bank to bank. It just flows. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Okay. Well, I can think of as the animals since you said that, because so much has been going on here.
Oh, really? With animals?
Oh, just yeah, nice. Just me and my learning, and just how much they're teaching me.
Oh, see, okay. That's why they're like, the guides are going ding, 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 ding. Kate's got a lot to say. Okay, that's cool. Next episode 2, 3, 4, and 7.
But also, I think our crowd are probably animal people.
Yeah, which is great. But we asked the question, how best serve our community, and that's okay. And but the Saint Bernard was like, hello. Us. I'm like, yeah, okay, I get you. I got you.
I'm just hearing random. I don't know if they're taking a piss or whether because I'm under pressure to perform. I just heard recipes.
What?
Well, it's probably because I've been watching morning. Have you been watching the morning show?
Oh yeah.
Oh God, it's awful. I wish I'd never started. It's just awful. I think we've just finished it. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. It's catastrophic. But it's sort of like morning TV, and I was just thinking, oh, recipes. But
wait, so does this mean you finished Ted Lasso? Did you watch Ted Lasso yet?
Yeah, I finished that and just finished the morning show.
Like that?
Did I like it? I did, but the last few episodes it just got, and also it's like watching the start of coronavirus.
Oh, for morning. Yeah.
Watching it and you're going, oh my God. It's just surreal, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Looking at them wearing a mask and thinking 2 years down the line, you're still going to be in this position because of, and just, all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
And also just sad. I find it very sad.
Yeah.
Anyway, shut up. It's not a TV review program, is it?
No.
Although you could do that.
Yeah, I know, because I'm
So,
asking, is that because we went down this tangent, so I'm asking I mean, clearly we're supposed to.
so I get, right, so this is something that occurred to me and they've just shown me a picture of it. And this is just things, and I think this is more about my side of it, of bringing us more of what how we do our stuff. So it's become a bit of a joke now about me dancing with Sally. I don't know if you know about that. And even Gary joins in now. It's just like little tips and just little things that you do to raise your vibration. So I hug Sally and I put on some music that I will sing along to because she loves it, and she cuddles into my throat and she makes puddings on my shoulder as I do it. Just stuff like, I was seeing an image of that, but maybe that's more of a YouTube thing. But I don't think we should be afraid of the humorous and lighter side of that's sort of my theme at the moment, actually, is trying to self-love, which includes a lot of raising vibration and another conversation stuff, what we do to make ourselves happy.
Yeah, RuPaul Drag Race too. And so when I was asking about like, should we talk about TV shows and stuff, and they're like, well, it'll come as it comes up naturally. And for me, it's books, right? So whatever I'm reading and pull that in. So, and then yeah, absolutely show
I think it's about showing more of us, as in us as people, us as personalities, because if people relate to what we're saying, if I'm watching someone I know and they recommend a book, I'm like, oh, I'd probably enjoy that. Or I like personal recommendations. I mean, I don't buy anything on Amazon unless at least 500 people have said it's good, but I'd rather take, if one person I knew in person said, buy that, watch that, read that, I would.
Yeah. And I just got like chills when you said that, like more of us, like they showed me, okay, so we have a move-in date for my new house, and I just talked to the movers this morning, and I could just see like once I get in and have the office set up, which will be like fast because we don't have that much stuff, but I'm just like, I could give a tour, like finally, they just went, yeah, Julie, you could talk about the manifestation, how we've talked about it, and like the course correction, and kind of give like a full update. Yeah. So my guides are saying like
celebrities.
Say what? Celebrities?
Celebrities. Especially behind closed doors with Kate and Julie. Yeah. It's like, who lives here?
Yes.
Well, who lives in a house like this?
You should like trademark your fish wall behind you, because you just wait. It's going to be the next trending thing on Twitter.
Well, do you know what? For $300, I'll sell it, because I want a different one.
Will you ship it for free anywhere in the world?
No. I'll tell you where you can buy it on Amazon, though. I could laminate it. Anyway, sorry, yes. Let's say more of this.
Yeah. That's what that's what they're saying too. And they're like, my guides are saying, that's good fodder. That you still do what you feel is coming to you. My guides are like, you've got this. And they're like, peace out.
My guys just said, we're with them, and pointed to your guides. They just went, woo, and just went, woo, and just went out of the picture. Like, ding, ding, ding.
And now, of course, my workaround is like, did I just derail everybody? Am I like not good enough, not worthy, that I just derailed the whole conversation? And they're just, joy.
Workarounds. Oh, so for those who don't know, workarounds are in the soul level intuitive coaching that both Julie and I teach, and not perform. What would you say? We're still going through it ourselves.
I use the word practice, just like
practice.
Yeah, practice.
Yeah, okay, practice. A workaround is behaviors that we do to try and alleviate the pain caused by our underlying negative beliefs and that. So, as Julie just described there, one of your workarounds is to assume that everything's your fault. Is that right? I mean, how would you take that workaround?
Yes, that immediately I have done something wrong. Like if someone says, like when you just said right there, about, oh, your guide said we're with her, whatever. It's like, oh no, I did something wrong. That's my, like, whenever I got called, my boss would call me into her office. It's like, I would walk in and actually say, okay, what I do wrong? I just immediately assumed the worst. Yes. That's a workaround.
So the workaround is assuming responsibility for everything and assuming that everything actually is wrong. Well, it's a workaround to assume it's wrong in the first place.
Yes.
And secondly, it's yeah. And the negative belief behind that is not good enough.
For
or
me,
not unworthy.
For me, it's not worthy. And it's not to say, for clarification, it's not to say it can't be tied to all 4 negative beliefs, which are not worthy, not lovable, not good enough, and not safe, secure, protected. But for me today, in this moment, that workaround tied to not worthy, which is what I have actually been working on for the last really strongly 2 months, whenever it was that our teacher, the wonderful and fabulous Danielle MacKinnon, whenever she did the reading on me for class, yeah, that not worthy is just like all the workarounds. I talk about crazy town, which is where you can end up, not in a bad way, but you just notice all the workarounds that you have deployed, tiny ones. And
that's really interesting, because I don't think I've been through what crazy town.
I hadn't been either. So now I get it. I'm like, oh, okay. So you and I are reading this book, Finding the Mother Tree, right? And the mushrooms form this mycelium network. So which mimics or is the same as the crystalline network, which I don't know enough about, but you can picture the mycelium network is like all, like how lungs look, the picture of lungs and all the things, the veins and whatever, I can't even, anyway. But when you see, it was like in a moment, I could see all the workarounds, and they're just all these little, it's this whole little network of things that I've built up to protect myself from not feeling worthy. And so that's kind of crazy town, is like in a flash. Well, for me, probably different for other people, but you see all the different things. And then it's accentuated by the fact that I'm currently living with my mom and dad, and until we can move into the house, and I'm seeing that I inherited workarounds, not so much for the same reason, but like I've seen like non-transparent conversations. I've done that. I'm like, oh, so I've learned behaviors. I may use them for a different reason. They're using theirs for a different reason, but it's fascinating. And I cut my finger yesterday, so forget that. But yeah, fascinating. Which puts you into an even like generational crazy town. Yeah.
Well, talking of parents, my mum's coming to Scotland on Friday.
Oh, so that's going through, huh?
Yeah.
You're thinking you might, well, you couldn't stop it, right? Now she'll be closer.
Could have done, but where would she go?
Right.
So you know that Gary had applied for a job in the Falklands.
Yeah.
And that came through literally at 3 o'clock, which was the time we were meeting this lady to move my mother to just round the corner from us. And Gary texted me saying, "Oh, I've got an interview for the job in the Falklands." And I'm like,
oh,
I'm just about to move my mother right across Britain, about as far as you can go, to live next door to us, and we're moving to the Falklands. But that's, as of yesterday, that's off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think I'm relieved. I'm disappointed for Gary, but I'm also glad that I'm so glad, actually.
Yeah.
I don't think I could leave my wee girls.
Oh, because
even if I could, well, we could take the cat, but we wouldn't be allowed to take chickens.
Oh, why? Because of avian whatever.
Well, I don't know. It's like it's a different country, so I don't know if I probably wouldn't be allowed to take chickens to France now that we're out of the EU.
Yeah.
It can cost, someone said it costs £11,000 to move a dog. I think it's a long way.
Yeah.
And it's military transport only. So also, I don't know. I don't believe it's anything like that much. It might have been a really old post I read somewhere when I was. I didn't look that hard about stuff because I didn't want to get that invested. Yeah. So anyway, but what I feel now is they're little people to me now. you know, that makes me cry even wanting to think about it. I don't know if I could let any, even if I knew and trusted someone else would look after them. And I don't know that how many people would want aged chickens that don't lay and cost a lot of money to maintain because they're on hormones.
Yeah.
But even if I wouldn't be prepared, well, I'd probably even rather put them down than abandon them, but that doesn't feel right either. Anyway.
No, I know.
Yeah. Hey?
I feel, yeah, I totally feel you, hear you on that. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, how would you feel now that you know, now that you can talk to your animals? Could you think you could ever let them go and live with someone else?
No, unless they asked, unless they said it was okay, because it's possible. It's, well, because I think about lost animals. Sometimes they leave because they need to, want to, whatever. Sometimes they're in a bad
So my ego's jumping in there and go, yeah, but I'm a really good mother. They wouldn't want to live with anybody else.
Oh yeah, there's that too. Yeah. No,
But
because
that's not,
okay, so where my parents live, there's a lot, they're in a condo association, and there's a lot of older elderly people. And so since I've been here, since I've been here, just in the month, 2 people die, and another couple who were in their 90s had to move to assisted living facilities. One of the people that died, their husbands left behind as the survivor or the widower, and they had a dog, but he can't live on his own. So I've been thinking about, what are they going to do with the dog? I hope a child takes it. And then I keep thinking, well, like I'm a dog person, and because I'm allergic to cats, although I have everything. I'd have llama, goats, I'd have chickens, I'd have everything anyway. But but I was thinking, well, when I get older, I'm gonna make sure I don't have a dog at some point so that I don't have to abandon it. And then I'm like, it's not up to me.
I was going to say that's
me.
not how it works at
No.
all.
No.
I think if you die, it's okay for your pet to move on to someone else.
Yeah.
When my father-in-law died, he had oh, she was so beautiful. She's a Bengal honey, and she was just the sweetest little thing. We brought her here to see if there was any way, but it didn't go well at all with Sally. But you know, I was really consciously practicing law of attraction then, you know, when it was new to me. I need to get back to that, Julie, because I was just you know, really focused all the time. How do I feel? And I used to recalibrate myself the whole time. And she was adopted in less than 12 hours of us to a woman who drove from Dundee, which is about an hour and 20 minutes from here, in a taxi because she didn't have a car, stopped off at Pets at Home on the way to pick up toys and stuff for her new cat, picked Honey up, and the lady who looks after my chickens if we ever go away, God, those are the days, eh? Yeah. She has a cattery, but she also works with which is a Fife rescue service. So it was her that I'd told about Honey. Honey hadn't even stayed the night and she was gone.
Oh.
I mean, she is a beautiful Bengal, but I mean, I know not everybody, you know, some people, you know, that good looking cats are bound to go sooner, but I mean, she literally didn't even touch the sides of the cage and she had a home. So I'm not, and you know, Gary was really worried about it, and I was like, she needed to be a princess. Sally wasn't having it. And I think also the one thing that, and I didn't really speak that much to Honey because it felt really weird and I was still quite new in my journey then, but she wanted to be a princess too. The one thing that she'd had with Tom, Gary's father, she'd been really upset. First of all, it was 2 Bengals, and the existing Bengal was a bit of a bully to her, to be honest. He used to play, but he used to play rough, but he used to go out a lot and leave, and then she'd feel abandoned, and then he got a dog and she hated the dog. So, you know, and then eventually in the time that they had the dog, the elder male was actually be home to Gary's sister because he didn't like the dog either. And then the dog broke Tom's leg, and this is the beginning of the end for Tom, and Tom ended up in hospital. We had to rehome the dog. He went back to where he'd come from, and Honey finally had Tom all to herself, and I was like, this is what she needs. Sorry, I'm just talking, just don't know where all that came from.
Story. Did you keep in touch with the woman that took Honey?
No, and we weren't supposed to, because it's through a rescue service. You're not supposed to know anything, and the lady was not, have I just dropped her in it? they weren't supposed to tell me, and they didn't give me any more details than that, but she said, you know, because I was like, I don't, if she's been rescued, because then if she's not, I don't want to know that either. So do you know what I mean? It's like you have to step away from it. But she did actually just text me just to say, because it happened, she just could not believe that, you know, honey was in and gone. That was it. And I was just like, yay, this stuff works, because I've been like, you know, working really hard to make sure that honey was going to be just fine. So she said I wouldn't, you know, normally anyway. Probably dropped everybody in it there. I'll shut up.
That's okay. There's a lot of cats who have cats.
And they're not all watching this.
No.
Although maybe there will be one day, Julie.
Yes. Calling all cows with cats.
Yes. So
Okay.
any more from the guides about what we
No, but I don't, did you feel when we were talking about that, like my vibration just got, I just felt like I was higher, floating, like, and smiling. Like, I just feel like this feels so much better to talk about these types of things over navigating.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about all my animal experiences. What's happened? Oh, this is it's a little bit sad, but it's interesting. Not sad in a boo-hoo way. I was looking at the sheep. You know, we've got what I call hobby sheep next to us, who they're not lambed, they're pets. This is a sheep farm, but I think she rents out the field to this lady, and there's 11 of them, I think, and they're quite friendly. And I looked at yesterday, and one of them, it looked like, I didn't see her fall, but she really struggled to get up again.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my God, that's not right. You know, and I was looking at her, and then she's walking around in really, really, really tight circles. So I messaged the farmer immediately, and I was like, you know, maybe nothing, don't know, don't want to alarm you. I said, but on the little white sheep, you know, I said I didn't see her fall, but she doesn't look right at all. And she's walking around, and she phoned me back, and I think her name's Tinkerbell. I think it's either Bluebell or Tinkerbell, one of the pets that belongs to this other lady. And she says she's got epilepsy. Oh. So not many people have actually witnessed, and I didn't actually witness the fit, but obviously afterwards she gets up and she just walks around in really, really tight circles, and then she's fine. And I was just like, how cute, not cute, but you know what I mean? It's like a little sheep with epilepsy. Mm-hmm. But she says she's absolutely fine. Once it's happened, and she's fine. But I was just like, oh my God, sheep have epilepsy.
So how does this farmer feel about, like, you? Like, do you ever get, I mean, I'm glad you do it, because I think it's awesome. Do you feel like there's more of like a conversation with the farmer? Or do you sometimes feel like the farmer's like, oh no?
Okay, so there's two different farmers, and this farmer, we have talked a bit about my healing. She's interested and stuff like that. I am really careful not to, but if a sheep falls over or something like that and they can't get up, I know that, and actually the other farmer has told me to let him know if they see anything like that, because they can't get up. Oh. And he tells me all the graphic details about what happens. I'm like, I don't want to know. I just know that they can't, if they get stuck down and they can't get up, that it will kill them, essentially. So I think they're quite glad, but I know they don't like people interfering, and they don't like people going, oh, your sheep's lame. Yeah. I did with the other farmer as well. This is all part of me being true to myself, Julie, that I'm learning to do. It's like, I know him well enough now, and I prefix it with, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be an interfering old bat. I said, but there was a sheep in a field in front of me of the other farmer, and I know a few of them have been lame, and we've had this conversation, and but I thought they were girls, but actually it's all the little boys. They're not so little anymore, and they're about to all go and be slaughtered. But hey, they're having a lovely life now. But one of them's just he wouldn't get up, and he didn't get up, and it was getting light. It was like 9:30, and he still hadn't got up. And then eventually got up. Oh, thank God, because you know I thought he was the only one left standing, and then he really hobbled away, and I was like, I can't bear it. I've been ignoring him. So I texted the farmer and said, you know, I know you know, but I just want to make sure you know. And he got back to me straight away, and he was like, yeah, he says, I know. He says, and he says, if you look at them, they've got a little purple blob on their forehead. That means they're on antibiotics. So now I know what to look for. Oh. So if I see one of them that doesn't look right, and I notice it's got any coloured blob on it, I know it's being taken care of. And I'd said all that in a text. I said, I know you take care of them. I'm just worried that you hadn't seen because I said, because he just would not get up this morning, and I said, I'm sorry, I just had to tell you, I couldn't live with myself not telling you, and he was fine about it. But yeah, I can see it would be annoying, and I always just make a joke about me being a townie and I'm too soft and all of that. But that is part of me trying to be true to myself, because you know, I did, like I said that to him, I said, this is all about me, it's not about you. I said, I just, you know, I'm just doing all this to make myself feel better. But you know, then I feel better because I don't, as soon as I get the feedback from him, I know he cares, you know.
That's also you shining your light. Okay, wait, I have to do something. So the guides are like, weave this into the show. So I'm sitting, okay, so we're staying with my mom and dad, as you know. We have a bedroom in the basement, and this is basically the extent of where I exist, in the basement. So, but I'm sitting on the bed, but I have to adjust how the computer sits because I got to stretch my leg, the one that I broke because of my dog. So this is going to look funky, but the dog guides are like, this is what we're talking about. So like, so you're going to see like a little bit of how I sit there. Okay. I'm just going to move things around. Oh, that's much better. Okay. See, so now you can see there's my bed, all the stuff. Okay.
Well, I think we've probably lost half our viewers now, Julie, because I think they're absolutely appalled that you're sitting on your bed. I mean, personally, I'm disgusted.
Oh, it's because when as with our teacher, with the fabulous Danielle MacKinnon, she was talking about, you know, set up your office and when you're on Zoom and make sure.
Of course, you're a teaching assistant, aren't you?
And I'm a teaching assistant right now. Yeah. And almost, yeah, in one class, and so I'm just like, oh, please do not look and see that I am on the bed in the furthest corner, which is also a workaround. I'm in the furthest corner of the condominium down here hiding. Not really, but this is just, I'm most comfortable because also because this is the other thing, is my dog can just, that's Lucas, my dog can always be right next to me if I'm anywhere else in the condo. He's not to be on any of the furniture, but on the bed, it's like, no, I can't. This is how we have Lucas with us at all times. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, please. So I try like push the pillows down so they're not like, this looks like a bookshelf. It's not, it's the headboard. Anyway, so yeah, I'm sitting on a bed right now in my parents' condo.
And you said your dad walked across the screen during your teaching assistant last night.
Yeah, in an effort to, which was good because the window cleaners were right there and Lucas would have lost his shit. And then I was in the middle of class. So yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Yeah.
That was funny. So there we have it. That's the guidance from our guides. I need another word for guidance. I always end up saying guidance from guides. There must be another word, but we can chew on that offline.
Input, leadership. Yeah.
Input from our, I was going to say guideposts, but there's another one. Signage, signs, whatever from our guides. So that's what Julie and I will be doing. If you have any comments, please comment below. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram, or you can subscribe to our channel on YouTube as well. So do get in touch. Let us know what you think, any ideas about things we can talk about, anything like that. Do get in touch. I'm Kate Foggo, that's Julie Hurt, and we are making light to humans being.